Who is that on the radio?
Who is that on the radio?
Who is that on the radio?
You really want to know who's on the radio? Come on. Let's talk about it.
Jeffrey. Let's talk about it live with Jeffrey L. Miller. Watching is the best decision you'll ever make. Thursday nights from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern.
You know what time it is.
Call or text in live, 470-251-4647. Hashtag Let's Talk with Jeffrey. And come check us out on www.StatusNetwork.net or download the Status Network app on your Apple or Google Play Store.
Let's give them something to talk about.
It's almost showtime, people.
Let's tune in to see what Jeffrey has in store for us tonight. And here's your host, Jeffrey L. Miller.
What is going on, Facebook family? What's going on, Instagram family? It's time for Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffrey L. Miller. Every Thursday from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m., this is exactly how we do it. Now listen, every now and then I get to have a little fun by bringing my youngest on the show with me. Everybody give a warm welcome to Miss Nala Miller. Welcome to the show.
What up, y'all? It's good to be back.
All right.
I missed it here.
You miss it here?
I missed it here.
I don't know why you be acting all shy when you walk in and stuff, all quiet and stuff. You ain't shy.
Just a little nervous.
No worries. We're going to wake it up. Today we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about Dave Chappelle today and his stand-up comedy, Sticks and Stones. It's been causing a lot of controversy. We're going to talk about the battle of the generations, the differences between what we do or what we did in my generations versus what these young folk doing today. These young folk don't know nothing about nothing. They just as crazy as hell. They'll smoke anything. Boy, I tell you what. But we're going to talk about that all in good fun tonight, all in good fun. Now, listen. Nala, what you been up to since the last time you've been on the show?
Well,
we're going to figure out that later. We'll talk about that later. Now, we got traditions here on the show, first of all. One tradition. I'm just playing. Go ahead and welcome. Let me welcome Nala. Tell us what you've been up to, how you've been doing, what's going on with you.
Okay, so last time I was on the show was about
over a year ago.
Over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I recently moved out into my own apartment.
We're going to talk about that.
I'm now a sophomore at Georgia State.
We ain't going to talk about that.
And I've been working and just, maintaining.
Working and maintaining? Okay.
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate
We're going to talk about that. We definitely going to talk about that part. Boy, we're going to have some fun with that one. Okay, well, welcome back. I'm proud of you, proud of everything that you've done and things that you're doing and things that are coming for you in your future, you and your brother. All right, but with that being said, we got a couple of traditions right here on the show. Now, first of all, the weather was pretty good. It was hot, but it was pretty good. We are fortunate. There's some people that are suffering with Hurricane Dorian. So I don't take the weather here for granted at all. There's some people who need a whole lot of help, especially our Bahamian brothers and sisters. We're going to talk about that a little later. But otherwise, it's been a good day in the A. Traffic is as traffic does. My granddaughter loves me, my little muffin. My daughter loves me, my son loves me, my mother loves me, my whole family loves me. But in spite of all of that, you know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions. I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single. Before we get into that, here's my disclaimer. Now, see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you. And if it doesn't apply to you, I want you to put your foot up in the shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're about to learn something tonight. Ladies, you go first. Ladies, some of you are habitually single because, quite frankly, you lead with the cookies. You lead with the cookies. I mean, you lead with the chocolate chip cookies or the soft batch cookies or the Oreo cookies or the pecan sandy cookies. And that's what you lead with. And after you lead and get the cookies up, then he discovers that your cookies, ain't all that. And he go looking for some other cookies. He go right in the grocery store on aisle 6 or aisle 9 looking for them cookies. Because you set the standard that was so easy to meet or exceed by setting the bar so low. Now, don't get it twisted. A consensual adult or two consensual adults can do anything they want to do as long as they agree and they make themselves safe. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you thinking that your cookies are special. that your cookie gonna make somebody change their life. It's more than cookies, because cookies get stale once you take them out the package. I'm just saying, you would do better keeping your cookies on a higher shelf, because the good stuff is on the higher shelf. They put the average stuff right in the middle, but the more expensive, the better ingredients, the more care taking into the process of making the cookies go on the higher shelf. And there ain't nothing wrong with you making a man work a little harder to get access to your cookies. Otherwise, he will go right again on aisle 6 and aisle 9 and leave your cookies single. All right. This is Make Your Daughter Uncomfortable Day right here. Nala, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I don't care about no man and what he got to say about my cookies at all. I think that men be trying to make their opinion about your cookies when they're your cookies. He can't say anything about your cookies.
Okay.
And if you give your cookies up, they're not stale. They're just not for him. So, there are plenty of people out here that'll eat your cookies. So.
Okay, this is Make Dad Uncomfortable conversation now. Fair enough. Now, you're saying that it's okay for you to treat your cookies how you want to treat your cookies. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and show absolute no regards to a man's opinions about your cookies.
No regards to a man's opinion about your cookies. Okay.
None.
I don't know who a daddy is. Okay, we'll take that. Let's now. First of all, fellas, don't think I'm letting y'all off the hook. We just got finished talking about women and the women's cookies. But fellas, you're next. All right, fellas, some of you are habitually single, quite frankly, because you too busy trying to be a stepdad than a real dad. I need you to understand me. You too busy trying to take care of this new woman's child that ain't even yours biologically. But you don't spend the right type of time with your own child. You got excuses. Well, she this and she that. She treat me this way, she treat me that way. She make it hard for me. All these excuses, not keeping in mind that she has to do those things because you have continually let your own biological child down. You left her to deal with the backlash and the fallout. You ain't nowhere to be found. Oh, but you an excellent stepdad. Don't get it twisted now. The role of stepfather or stepdad is valuable. That has saved a whole lot of relationships and a whole lot of children along the ways. Don't get it twisted. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you being a better stepdad than you are a real dad. Take the same energy that you're putting into this other child and put that type of energy into your biological child. And watch that woman start to change, your biological child's mother. Watch her start to change the way she acts, because she don't have to protect the child from you anymore. She can just let you spend time with that child, and she ain't got to worry about it because you're giving her a break. And she loves having a break every now and then. You just got to do your part. And don't get it twisted. The women are watching you, and they're sitting there thinking, wow, would they treat my child that way if I gave him a child? Most of them going to say, nah. And they're going to leave your ass single. Okay. I'd like to hear your input on this one. Nala?
I agree. I believe that most men have their priorities messed up.
Most men.
Not most men. Let me take that back. Let me say that.
All right.
That it takes some time for men to get their priorities in order. And so I do think that you need to take your time and reevaluate and make sure you're treating everybody fairly.
Everybody fairly.
Make sure you're providing enough attention to all your responsibilities.
All your responsibilities.
Make sure that you're doing what you say you're going to do. Being accountable. All that's important. And just make sure that you're taking time to just grow up.
Grow up.
And everybody pay attention to their responsibilities.
Good deal. Fair enough. All right, the phone number is 470-251-4647, 470-251-4647. Everybody check me out here. Dave Chappelle has a brand new sketch comedy, stage comedy, whatever you want to call it, stand-up routine, that's what it's called. And it's called Sticks and Stones, and he absolutely goes off. Now, first of all, Dave Chappelle don't care what anybody thinks about him at all. What he's going to do is he's going to tell it like it is from his perspective, and he does it in a way that's actually profound. It makes you think a little bit, and it makes you laugh. But, of course, there's been some controversy. We're going to play our first clip about Dave Chappelle and Sticks and Stones in just a moment. But let me ask you this question, Nala. What do you think about Dave Chappelle as a comedian?
I think he's funny as hell. I think he's super funny.
Funny as hell. I can't believe you said hell on my show. Okay. So you think he's pretty funny?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think he's kind of, even the way he looks is funny. So
okay.
I think it's hilarious. He's just a really good comedian.
Uh-huh.
He's probably top 2.
Top 2 in your generation?
Just, not everything has to be about generation. Not everything is a fight. Just top 2, probably next to like Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac is in my generation. Don't be claiming comedians in my generation.
Don't matter. If you funny, you funny.
Being
funny is timeless.
Timeless?
Yes, I could watch a stand-up from like Richard Pryor.
What the hell you know about Richard Pryor?
And I can laugh.
Uh-huh.
Jokes don't have expiration dates
okay,
or age limits.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get into all that because now you're trying to claim my stilo over here. I see you've been doing some research on me. You're pulling up my comedians from my list. We'll get to that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and play this clip on Dave Chappelle. We're going to come back and talk about it. Let's go ahead and roll that clip. Here we go.
I'm not for abortion. You may run, nigga. I'll be real with you, and I know nobody gives a fuck what I'm doing. I'm not for abortion.
All right. No worries. We'll get back into Chappelle a little bit later. I forgot something. I was so geeked up about having my daughter on the show with me. Geeked up is a terminology that came from my generation. First of all, thank you very much. But
I'm geeked up.
It's HBCU season. I cannot believe I forgot this part. Now, I encourage everybody, first of all, support your HBCUs, not just by going to the football games. That does support them because the revenues are generated there as well. But participate in giving to the school outside of football season. HBCUs are the lifeblood of our communities. We get married at HBCUs. My daughter is the product of an HBCU. That's where me and her mother met, my ex-wife, at an HBCU football game. Her HBCU versus my HBCU, and we won, by the way. But I won in the end because I ended up meeting her mother. We got married, and her brother and her are here as a result. That's the importance of HBCUs. So make sure that you are supporting your HBCUs. But this week, we're going to spotlight the Florida A&M Marching 100, or however you want to say it. There's a song that they have. It's a tradition. It's called Let's Go. And it's just the bomb. So we're going to play that one. We'll come back and we'll talk about it in just a second. This is Let's Go FAMU Marching 100. Roll clip. see how they do that? Only at an HBCU. Only at an HBCU. Only at an HBCU will you get the whole band getting crunktified. That's a new word I just made. That's a new generation word. At band practice and just ripping it up. Florida A&M Marching 100. What do you think about that, Nala?
Well, it's definitely really turned. I actually don't go to a HBCU, and oftentimes I wonder how my life would be different if I did attend an HBCU. But I had a couple questions for you since you attended a HBCU and I do not.
Okay.
First question. First of all, which HBCU did you attend?
There can only be one. Morris Brown College. Still open, still educating, still doing it. The Marching Wolverine Band. Best band in the land. Yes.
Okay, super historic there. But question,
Yes.
what are some disadvantages you think one may encounter when going to a HBCU?
Disadvantages?
Disadvantages.
Perception is the only disadvantage of going to an HBCU. Here is the perception. When you go to an HBCU, you get inferior education and inferior professors, and that is just not true. Actually, you get more difficult professors because the classrooms are smaller. They are tougher on you. I will never forget Dr. Quaynor. I was in a math class, and it was a big auditorium, and I remember seeing, in high school, I saw college movies movies with people in college where they would get up and just walk out of class. The professor aren't going to make you stay because you're grown now, okay?
Right.
So I got up.
Out of class.
Hey, sit your ass down. So I got up. I'm getting ready to walk out of the class, and Dr. Quaynor said, "Hey," he had a real deep voice. "Hey, where are you going, son?" I said, "I was getting ready to leave." He said, "Class is not over. Take your seat." And I sat right back down. Now, again, you can get a quality education anywhere that you go. It's about what you put into it. But I will tell you this, HBCUs historically produce the most doctors, dentists, professionals out of every university and college in the country. HBCUs has the highest percentage right there. Also, HBCUs are getting into STEM. They're getting into agriculture. Southern University is exploring ways to become a industry leader with medicinal marijuana. There are forward-thinking colleges and institutions that are HBCUs, and the perception is the only disadvantage because going to one is just amazing.
Wow. Really well said. Another question I have for you about HBCUs is
Yes.
how do you feel about white people going to HBCUs? Should it be exclusive to black people? Should we let white people go to HBCUs?
Man, we can't have shit. Y'all got all these peed up. I mean that, but I'm not holding it against anybody. Now, if you want to go to an HBCU, go. I will tell you this. In Virginia, I believe it is, there is a school that is an HBCU that is majority white, and they still have their HBCU status, and they're still listed as an HBCU, but they have basically been taken over by white people. Now, the thing that kind of frustrates me about that is they have all these other schools that they could have went to, but they've taken over it. They've gentrified an HBCU. And that's disturbing because once that school disappears or once it changes like that, it never comes back. When an HBCU closes, there aren't new ones opening. There are restrictions on HBCUs. When one closes, there's not one to replace it. So tuition is tuition from the standpoint of the income and the revenue for the school, and I recognize that. I will say that those institutions were put in place for us because we had nowhere else to go. We couldn't go anywhere else. And they were put in place as a pillar of our community. So I think it's up to us to sustain and maintain them. That's my answer. You got one more question to ask me on my own show.
Great answer. Great answer. I do
Okay.
have one more question.
Go right ahead.
If you could fix any problems with HBCU, which problems would you fix? Or which issues would you target or tackle?
Okay, that's a great question. For the state institutions, these are the HBCUs that are run by the state. I would fix the disparate sharing of wealth. In South Carolina, as an example, Clemson gets all types of money from the state of South Carolina. the University of South Carolina, all types of money from the state of South Carolina. When it comes to South Carolina State, however, we ain't got that much money. Or they treat them so harshly and that they regulate them so much that it makes it near impossible for the school to stay profitable. In the state of Georgia, the state of Georgia has been trying for the last couple of years to get rid of HBCUs that they operate by merging them with other schools. Were it not for the tenacity of the Albany State University alumni, who knows what would happen at Albany State under the direction of the State Board of Regents. It's like they want to take these HBCUs and defund them as much as they can without actually defunding them. In the state of Florida, Florida State University gets all types of money from the state of Florida. Florida A&M gets hand-me-downs from Florida State. They got a new board from FAMU in their stadium that they got from Florida State, and Florida State got a brand new big board. Why couldn't FAMU just get a new big board? Makes no sense to me. So the disparate treatment when it comes to the states funding HBCUs, that's got to stop. If you got all this money for Georgia Tech, you got all this money for Albany State. If you got all that money for Clemson, you got all that money for South Carolina State. In the state of Maryland, the Bowie State had to sue to get their money. The state has been so discriminatory in the disbursement of funds that they had to sue to get their money. Quit playing. Quit playing. That's the one thing I would tackle right there. The way that they treat HBCUs, because it's quite honestly, is sickening. The way that they got money for every other school that they got money for, or in that state that they supervise. But HBCUs, they constantly underfund. They do it on purpose. They're trying to choke the life out of HBCUs. It's not going to happen. But that's the biggest problem that we face.
Very well said. Thank you so much.
I like those questions. Let's look what we've got on Facebook. What's going on, Bethany? I see you. Yvette, HBCU, behold the green and gold. I feel you. FAMU band has been awesome for a while. They all right. What's going on, Pam? I see you there. You love NSU. I got you. Some of my courses made me cry. They made you cry because they were tough, but they made you stronger. She already graduated. Ain't no dropping out.
Wait a minute. If classes are making you cry, you need to drop out.
No, you don't. This is the thing. An HBCU is a proving ground. It actually makes you tougher because it's like when you were growing up with your daddy and your brother. Mm-hmm. Now, your daddy could have been pretty tough at times.
Yes.
And sometimes I know that you would cry.
Right.
But as soon as you saw me looking at you, what would you do? You straighten yourself up.
Yes.
Made you a little tougher.
Yes. But you want to know what was happening?
Oh, shit. We got a word from our sponsors now. Let's know what?
You want to know what was happening?
What was happening?
While I was toughening up,
I
was developing a hard shell around my heart, which is why I can't, open up to new people. Okay. It's why I have trouble trusting people. Okay. Because I have this super cold shell around my heart. No, I'm just playing.
I know you are. I was gonna say you got that from your mama. You didn't get it from your daddy. All right. So listen, I want to have a little fun here. I put this little thing together. Every time I have Nala on the show, I like to do a battle of the generations. We're gonna get into that a little bit. The battle of generations is just a fun way to spotlight the differences between what Nala grew up on and what I grew up on. Quite frankly, I believe that what I grew up on is better. Y'all grew up on some bull. I had to regulate what y'all watched. TV was so violent and stuff. It's just crazy. So I talked to her earlier, and she said that these are some of the things that she likes. I broke it down into cartoons. So based on what I found, I want to play one of the cartoons for me. This is the Battle of the Cartoons, Battle of the Generations. Clip one is from me. This is what I grew up on, watching on Saturday mornings. Stuff that taught you things that were educational. I just didn't learn in school. I actually learned on TV. So we're going to play this clip, then we'll come back and we watch this. All right, here we go. Roll clip.
at my thing in action. To be, to see, to feel, to live.
That's what's happening.
I put my heart in action. To run, to go, to get, to give.
You're what's happening.
That's where I find satisfaction, yeah. To search, to find, to have, to hold.
To be bold.
When I use my imagination, I think, I plot, I plan, I dream, turning in towards creation. I make, I write, I dance, I sing, when I'm feeling really active.
Man, look at that little kid. Look at Rod, all that stuff he can do, all because of a verb. Just a verb. See? Y'all ain't learn stuff like that. You got to go to school to learn stuff. I can watch TV and learn stuff like that.
Make it a verb and really send it.
And listen to the music. The music. I don't know if that's Donny Hathaway or what, but it's just some good music. This is the stuff that I grew up on. Taught you stuff. I don't know if you had the opportunity to be taught things like that with the cartoons that you watched. What do you think about that cartoon?
It was cute, but the quality was a little low.
It's 30 years old.
It was kind of hard to understand what he was saying.
It's a song, verb. That's what's happening.
We talking about generational this, generational that. I know if I was trying to learn verbs by watching that, I would be a little bit confused.
No, that's because your generation ain't been taught that.
I'd be like, what does that say?
It says verb. That's what's happening.
The quality was low.
Man,
just
look at
like
him.
all of the quality you guys had back in the day, everything was low quality. I honestly don't even know how you guys watch TV.
Man,
my head would have started hurting.
Your head hurt because of what y'all watch. Now, I pulled up something from her generation, and let's see what it taught you. Now, we're going to play this clip from this cartoon from your generation, and we'll clearly see a big difference in, the educational value. Go ahead and roll that clip for this cartoon right here from your generation, talking all that jazz.
Oh, that's because I have so many friends that I love. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you
See,
love
this is that bug. What you learned on this song right here?
Very positive message.
Okay, what type of verb you got?
This kind of reminds me of Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma. You're killing me. You can take this one out, man. What you mean Mahatma Gandhi? Gandhi. How does Barney remind you of Mahatma Gandhi?
The message is just lovely, honestly.
Lovely.
We are taught to love everybody, no matter their color or their gender. And I really think that's something your generation missed out on.
Oh, really? How do we miss out on loving people regardless of gender and all this other stuff?
The presidents.
That's your president. My generation ain't my president.
I'm just saying the older people are the people who, like the lawmakers.
Okay.
Everybody's old. And people who are like making these abortion laws, and they're all older generations. So maybe if they would have watched a little bit more Barney as a child, they would have been able to love each other a little bit better. They
did watch Barney. It was Barney Miller. That's what it was called back in the day. The TV show was called Barney Miller. Yes. You're killing me. Okay. Now we talking cartoons. This is round number 2. I think clearly Verb beats Barney. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, you're missing what Barney was saying. It's love. So does a verb beat love?
Well, love better be a verb.
I mean, but you can love without knowing that it's a verb.
But see, now you're seeing the power of the cartoon, because if you know what love is, you know it's a verb. It's action. It's what you put into it. And the only way you would know that is if you watch that Schoolhouse Rock cartoon. That's why we love better than y'all loved. Y'all don't love nothing. Worth nothing now. Y'all love like a mic. Hey. Y'all love like a little microwave love.
I mean, I don't know what love is. No, I'm just playing.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Okay, so let's go to round 2. Actually, we're going to start with her. Now, I was asking her what was her cartoons that she grew up on. She gave me a list, and she pulled one out that was pretty dope for her. So we're going to play the opening clip of her cartoon in our Battle of Generation, and I'll play the opening clip of my cartoon, and we'll see which one fares better. This is her pick for cartoon for her generation. Go ahead and roll clip.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world.
Now that's your pick. What do you think?
I think that is the best, most well-written cartoon to ever grace our TV screens. The character development, the story development,
Okay.
and just overall maintaining to keep your attention. Like, it was just the best cartoon made up to date, honestly.
Okay, how old are you again?
I am 19,
About to turn how old?
20.
So in your 20 years worth of cartoons, Avatar is the best, most well-written one ever.
Best character development,
Best character
most
development.
well-written,
Okay.
interesting plot.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I mean, when you really kind of dig into the history of Avatar and just pay
History of
attention
Avatar.
to, all the airbenders and the lineage of
The lineage.
It's just so well written. It's
You're
really
killing
good,
me.
really good.
You're killing me. Okay. I feel you. So that's actually a pretty good, pick. I can say that I watched Avatar and it was actually very well written. Character development was there. Plot, all that stuff, good. But back in my day, this is how we roll. So we're going to play my cartoon and let's talk about it. Here we go. Roll that clip for me. Thundercats. Oh! Up in this piece. What you think about Thundercats, man?
I've never seen the episode of Thundercats. This was my first time seeing the intro.
What?
However, it doesn't look like anything I'll be interested in.
Did nobody?
I'm
trying to
a
figure
little
out.
violent. I have a question for you, though.
What violence? There was
What
no
is
violence.
the name of the main character on Thundercats?
Lion-O.
Lion-O?
Uh-huh.
That tells me all I need to know.
What are you talking about?
Lion-O?
Lion-O.
Lion-O.
You're killing me. What's the main character of Avatar? What's his name?
Aang.
Aang what?
Aang the last Aang the last airbender.
Man, look at here. You don't even know his last name.
What's his last name?
I don't know it either. But that just lets you know that the show was just okay. But Thundercats, if you listen to that music, it makes you want to run home from school, put your books down, help them finish your homework, because you knew as soon as it came on, Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are loose. Damn it. I'm telling you.
What year did that come out?
Hey, don't be worried about all that stuff. It just came out.
Because I was going to say.
It's a classic. Classic cartoon. Let's see what we got on the Facebook board. Pam says, I bought Schoolhouse Rock for my kids. They know it well, and yes, they learn from it. Excellent, excellent. Yvette says, ugh, I despised Barney. My son loved him. My children, I don't think my kids would like. Did you like Barney?
I loved him.
Can't stand that purple damn dinosaur. That said, anti-Barney. Tiffany says, not Barney. OD says, I learned to read from the Electric Company. Have you ever watched the Electric Company?
No.
You're killing me. What about Sesame Street?
Yes.
Okay, now Sesame Street crosses your generation and my generation too. It's been on forever. It's an institute.
Forever.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on.
Ding.
Hold on a second. You're going a little too far here with all this commentary over here. But the bottom line of it is, I think that one's going to be a draw. What you think? I won the first round, obviously.
I believe that Avatar: The Last Airbender is better than Thundercats.
You have to watch Thundercats, first of all, before you can comment on Thundercats, because you said you ain't never seen them.
I can just tell.
You know, I asked you.
By Lion-O.
All right, let's do something different then. Since we're going to talk about Thundercats and Lion-O, let's talk about music. Let's talk about music. Now, I got some people that I'm pretty sure that you have never heard of as far as musicians go. But their music is the bomb. They'll kill any of these rappers out there. Now, maybe a handful of rappers that's out right now could even hang with them. But for the most part, the rappers in my generation would absolutely kill them. So I'm going to start with the ladies. One rapper from my generation that would just absolutely kill any of the female rappers that's in this generation right now, MC Lyte. MC Lyte. She would crush them. She had this song called You Could Cha 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 on this Mardi Gras. I mean, now, she's the dopest female that you heard thus far. And I do get better. I'm telling you, you can't deal with a lyricist like that. MC Lyte, for the women in my generation, would crush anybody you got in your generation. Who you got?
I mean...
Boom. Kick this one here from me and my DJ.
Cha 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 to this Mardi Gras. I'm the dopest female that you know.
That's enough. That's enough. We don't even need no more. We don't even need no more. We're done. I am out. Who you got?
I mean, I like Nicki Minaj.
Who?
I think that she came in and did what a lot of female rappers couldn't.
Give me a song that she did, that she really did what other female rappers couldn't, because I'm just getting started now.
Well, I mean, Nicki Minaj has a 10-year legacy.
10 years?
Yes.
Nicki Minaj been out for 10 years?
Yes.
Okay, so give me one song then that's legendary since she's been out for 10 years.
Every song.
I need one.
There's songs.
What is this? That is whack as hell. This is whack as hell. This is whack as hell. Man, that is whack as all. Look. Okay, so you saying you got MC Lyte. I'm sorry, you got Nicki Minaj over MC Lyte. That's who you got in round number one. Apparently, that's what you're saying.
Okay. I've never really listened to much MC Lyte, so lyrically, she might be better than Nicki Minaj. However, Nicki Minaj has some bars.
Bars?
Bars.
Okay. Well, let's talk bars then.
Oh, man. Nicki Minaj said,
Must not be that
nobody's perfect.
Uh-huh.
B word, I'm perfect.
I'm glad you caught yourself.
Somebody lied.
I'm glad you caught yourself. How about this, though? How about this? I'm going to come back with somebody from my generation. I'm going to hit you with. How about the pit bull in the skirt?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. That's my generation.
No. Oh.
Who generation you think she was?
Who is Pitbull in a skirt?
EVE.
Why would they call her that?
Eve. That's what she called herself. She's part of the Rough Rider.
I never knew that. I'm sorry. I thought that was an insult.
No, come on now. You know me better than that.
No,
Eve.
I thought maybe that's what they called somebody. I thought
It's because she's so tenacious on the microphone. She grabs the microphone and be like, rah, 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 rah. You know, a pit bull don't never let go once it bite.
I thought you meant like a dyke or something.
No, you're killing me. No. No, but we're talking about EVE.
Okay.
So, man, when Eve first came out, I mean, she could be a guest feature and just kill it. There's this part. There she is right there. And this ain't even her hottest song. Watch this. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that right there. That's all we got to drop from Eve. Who else you got? You ain't got nobody but Nicki Minaj. Ain't nobody else in your generation.
I mean, we have Megan Thee Stallion.
She just came out though. That's the Nahari generation. What song Megan Thee Stallion got?
It's called Cash S Word.
Cash S Word.
Cash S Word.
That's the name of the song, Cash S Word. Is this it?
No. But this is a Megan Thee Stallion song.
That's Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes, but that's not Cash S Word.
Man, look here. I ain't heard much about Megan Thee Stallion other than they call her a stallion because she's from Houston, ain't she?
And it's her body type. She's a taller woman.
Uh-huh.
More of a stallion woman.
More of a stallion woman. Taller woman, more of a stallion woman. Yeah. Okay. So what else is it about Megan Thee Stallion that makes her all that?
Well, it's her come up. She basically came up with, it's very authentic. And lately a lot of artists are just coming up off of like Instagram or just maybe like a reality TV show. But she was really out there doing shows, dropping tapes in the ciphers, and it's just really authentic.
Well, that's old school mentality right there. So she just did it like the old school people.
Yes, but she did it in a time where it
that's
was
whack.
very difficult.
It's whack now. It's a time that's whack now.
And it's harder now. It shows
it's whacker now.
She had to be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
And she had to really, you know.
She had to take it back to the old school
to
make it happen. Yeah, okay, I'll give her credit for that because the old school is better.
But in the old school, when everybody was, you know, starting record labels and stuff and rapping, I don't know. I don't even know why you got.
Well, no, you're right.
Yeah, everybody was back there doing it.
They were starting record labels because they had more money in it.
Right, everybody was doing that though. So you know, when everybody's around you like that. But now, when you have a very oversaturated market because we have social media now, to get your stuff out there and to make your stuff, you know, sell, because everybody's making music now. Everybody, and it's so easy to put your music out on a platform. To get famous now, to me, says more than getting famous back then.
Oh, I don't know about that. Let's look at it like this. You have an excellent point. Some people can master social media and blow up. It's still not that many people, though.
Right.
You know, as a statistic, it's still a low number of people that actually get to that level, just like it was back in our day or in my day. The difference is right now, per unit sold, you got to do triple the work to make half the money that the artist did back and when I was growing up, because the royalty structure was a lot better. Now you got to get 1 million streams to make half as much money as they did back in their day or my day. So from a financial standpoint, it's easier to get to 1 million streams, but it's hard to get to $1 million.
Understood.
Okay, all right.
Understood.
I like that. All right. I think Megan Thee Stallion would get ate up by Hot Boy by Missy Elliott. Now, you got to understand, first of all, Missy's short.
Have you heard Missy Elliott's new song?
But she's still my generation.
Right. But have you heard her new song?
I haven't.
She sounds a lot like these new school girls.
Okay, but you got to understand, I Can't Stand the Rain or Hot Boy and all that stuff, these new school girls was listening to that growing up.
Right.
Because now you say Nicki Minaj got 10 years, Missy got almost 30.
But where was she for a good large portion of that?
But thing is, the way Missy has made her money was not only sitting there spitting the lyrics, but writing the lyrics. So she got honored as a writer recently. Mm-hmm. She got a doctorate recently. And she makes more money as a writer, royalties from writing, than anything else. So her career has depth to it. She didn't have to keep rapping and rapping and rapping. She basically diversified. She got other people that came out under her umbrella. She gets money off that. So Nicki Minaj, who came out from under Nicki Minaj's umbrella? Who has she introduced?
Who has Nicki Minaj introduced?
Yeah.
Everybody is her son.
You're killing me. Yeah, she's Lil Wayne's daughter. She came out, all the money she making going through Lil Wayne and Birdman.
You say that like it's a bad thing to be considered Lil Wayne's daughter.
How can anybody? No, I'm not gonna say that because Lil Wayne is a father. He's doing what he's doing, so Lil Wayne, making his coins. At the same time, though, look at Master P.
Master P.
Yes.
Master P. Where?
Are you killing me?
You're naming all these people that haven't been mentioned in like the past decade.
Now here's the funny thing. Master P ain't got to be mentioned. He still got more money than your rappers off what he did years ago.
That's fine.
Killing me. Man, look. What's that song? Make him say, Master P. It didn't sell but like 600, 700,000 units. He made more money than people selling 5 million records because he owned all of it.
Oh, yeah.
So No Limit Records, all that stuff, that was an old school. I'm going to own my own stuff. And all the money I make, I'm making it for myself and my family.
Right.
So that mentality, that's the ownership mentality. Now, these young folk these days, y'all got to have that ownership mentality too.
You're right.
Okay, I think you lost this battle. Actually, I think you got smashed in that category right there. Smashed. I mean, you ain't bring no kind of funk today.
I mean,
you had to work last night or something?
LOL, yes.
Okay, that's what it is. You tired.
I hate it.
Oh, let's talk about this. How long have you been in your own apartment now?
I've been in my own apartment for 6 months.
6 months. First 6 months out on your own. How you liking it?
Well, it's a struggle trying to decide. Well, it's a struggle with every decision you make because you can go out tonight, but then how will that decision, what negative impact could it have? What positive impact could it have? So it's a lot of hard decision-making skills now that you're on your own because you literally can do whatever you want.
Anything you want.
Anything you want. You can come home anytime you want.
Anytime you want.
You can leave the house anytime
you want.
And with that much freedom, you have to really just make sure you're allocating your time wisely. Make sure you're being productive.
Yep.
Because I could just lay in bed all day.
This is true.
And, not go to class. But that's not what adults do. And you have to just, literally become an adult. You have to just iron your clothes in the morning.
You got to iron your own clothes?
And wash dishes. And cook, because nobody's going to cook unless you cook.
Wait a minute. You mean you got to cook your own food?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't take the chicken out to thaw, then there's nothing to eat.
There's nothing to eat.
There's nothing to eat.
So how does it stand up? How does it compare to you living at home with your parents?
I will never move back home.
Well, we know that.
I absolutely love living by myself. The only thing I don't love is paying rent.
Well, that's a part of being on your own.
However, you're really able to get to know yourself a little bit better because when it's just you and you have all this time and you have options, but you really don't have any money, you're just at home getting to know yourself. So you might realize that you like to clean underneath your bed And you just really have to just get to know yourself and don't get sad.
Don't get sad. What you getting sad for?
Because you don't have any money.
You don't have no money? You got some money.
I have money, but then the bills are due, and then I have no money.
Okay, but you're paying the bills though.
Yes, but honestly,
okay. That's good.
Capitalism is just exploiting the youth.
How is capitalism exploiting the youth? You're on to something for real now, but I'm interested. How is capitalism exploiting the youth, in your opinion?
Because we're made to believe that if we work, that we could, climb the ladder, maybe get a house one day, get a car.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, there's so much to doing anything, and everything costs money, that it really is inescapable. Like, no matter how much you make, like let's say you need to get a car so you can get a job.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just have to get a car.
Yep.
You have to get an insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
How much is your insurance every month?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't pay it.
I'm trying to figure out who pays your car insurance.
My dad.
Go ahead.
And I'm so grateful.
Go ahead.
But it's just, I feel like since we're always talking about generations, I feel like this generation has it so much harder because there's so many stipulations and so many rules, and everything costs so much money. Life is so expensive. Like tuition, my tuition to go to school was $5,000. And
semester?
A semester.
Mm-hmm.
And what my financial aid didn't cover, I had to get out in a loan, which was about, around $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I could have done with the $2,000 loan?
What?
Started a business.
You can still do that.
Yeah. Once I get some money. You're
killing me. Now, here's the thing, and here's the thing I like about your generation. Y'all will start a business in a heartbeat. You won't stay at a job for 30 years and retire and get a gold watch like, my father did, or, my father's father did. That type of loyalty to the business is gone, because back then, the businesses were also loyal to you. Not anymore. I was talking to a good friend, and she said the best time to get a job is when you got a job. And that makes a whole lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And so if you're working a good opportunity and someone reaches out to you for another opportunity, it's okay to look at it. And at the same time, it is okay for you to say, okay, I'm going to figure out a way to start a business. Now, part of it is being exposed to the right type of people. You'll meet people that are doing all types of stuff on the internet, and that's all they do. They still go to school, but they make their money off the internet. And going to school is just enhancing their profile. Multiple revenue streams, you can do that too. There are plenty of things that you can do. And, who knows, very soon you may be in a position to start that business while you're going to school part-time. Start the business part-time while you're going to school full-time. You never know.
Right.
You just have to have the right type of discipline and focus to make it happen. All right. I will say this to you. The biggest difference between my generation and your generation is social media. I mean, some of y'all get on there and y'all tell everything about yourselves. Have your whole life on social media. Damn that. They ain't doing that. Tell me about the impact of social media on you and your friends.
Well, there was a lot of bullying going on. A lot of pages that were used to expose young girls. And now that I think about it, not that I ever had to deal with it, but a lot of that was it's very disturbing. And I often think about how social media just really took like self-image of young girls and made it very hard to love yourself as a young girl. Because we talk about, Instagram models and fake butts, and we talk about it in a degrading way, especially like men always have something to say about plastic bodies. But we don't really talk about the image that it could have on girls. When you see your body doesn't look as appealing. It's just a little bit more than always talking about, how it is degrading women, it also hurts young girls' self-image. So social media, you know, self-image was one thing that it impacted me and my friends, or my generation, was our self-image. Another thing social media played a part of was it was a big distraction. A lot of texting and driving. I know a lot of people who've had car accidents because of social media. Distraction in school. You know, it's dangerous. You can meet people and, you know, catfish pages. It's just a lot. Social media is really just a lot. And it's so easy to just turn the phone off, but it's so easy to just not. So, you know, you can have your Instagram, but it's just easy to, you know, get caught up.
It is. Now, you know, when I was growing up, the same pressures were there, except they manifested themselves through magazines. You know, you'd have Cosmopolitan magazine have this picture of these skinny white women. Nothing against the white women. This is just the look. Skinny white women thrust upon young black girls. And, you know, you have images of Barbie dolls that were almost exclusively white, doing everything in the world. And then when they had a black Barbie doll, she was just the same Barbie doll painted chocolate. Now, as things have come around, you have Barbies being specialized, different hairstyles. There's some doll makers that make exclusive African-American dolls with different hairstyles, different hair textures, so on and so forth, all shades of it. So yes, social media has gotten to be a real divisive thing when it comes to body image. At the same time, though, it's given a voice to different things that we didn't have when I was growing up. So yes, you got the disadvantage of social media, but you got the advantage in your generation of all these options that give positive imagery to the black form, whether it's male or female. And that's something that we just didn't have. We had to go and draw them. Like I used to draw nothing but black superheroes at one point. At first it was all white superheroes, but then something clicked and I started drawing, making my own characters. They were all black. And so me and a guy named Calvin, we would draw these characters. Some of them would be white, but most of them black people in high school, because we just didn't see enough. So we started making them. So that's something that, you know, I will say that's a definite difference between my generation and your generation. I want to get to something a little different. Now, school just started for a lot of people in a lot of areas. First day of school. Now, there are these pictures. I hope we can scroll through these pictures. There's a picture of a girl with an afro on the first day of school. So it shows the kids in the morning when they went to school, and then it shows the kids at the end of the day. And the contrast is absolutely hilarious. This was posted on Facebook a couple of days ago, and once we get a second, we'll take a look at these pictures and we'll just go through them one by one. Well, actually, this is a good one right here. I want to talk about this young lady and body image and how someone came at her with her afro. This young lady has a positive message speaking exactly to what you said about how people will view you and really run their mouth about something that ain't their business. Let's go ahead and roll this clip. Girl with the afro on the first day of school. Here we go.
Good morning. So yesterday I went to school and I wore my hair in an afro like this. And a lot of people had a lot of mean things to say about it. So that made me feel some type of way. So yesterday when I came home, I told my mom and she said, promise, don't forget who you are and whose you are. And I said, okay. So today I'm going to go to school and I'm going to come back bigger and better. And don't allow anyone steal your joy. Don't give them that much power. I am, promise, Mia Moore Sawyers.
Love it, love it, love it. What do you think about seeing a video like that?
That was extremely inspirational. I really applaud her because I won't even wear my real hair out ever.
You wear your real hair out?
I'm saying right now.
Why not?
Because I don't want to feel no type of way.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
No, but I think that's very important that we bring back wearing natural hair textures and just the natural state. Afro, you know, we're always worried about laying edges and slicking down ponytails, and I think that's very important to embrace natural textures.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I ever told you this story before. there were a couple of times I got really mad at your mother over your hair. And the first time was when she put a relaxer kit in your hair. She snuck and did it because she knew I didn't want you to have it, but she snuck and did it anyway. And it laid your hair down, and your hair was pretty long, and it started breaking off. You remember that when you were little?
I recall. However,
you recall.
Something that, you know, Mom put the relaxer in on my hair, and a lot of young girls' mother put relaxers in their hair because they were uneducated in the 4C or just African American hair texture and proper maintenance because their mothers did not teach them, and their mothers were just pressing in their hair as well. So, you know, keeping the hair hydrated, you know, everything, it was lacking moisture. And so my hair was probably very difficult to deal with.
It wasn't that difficult.
And we
were taking you to a stylist that was doing your hair naturally.
And it probably was just too tangled and just too, the relaxer, you know, the way it was displayed to us in the media was just heaven sent. You know, your hair was just laid. And I remember getting a relaxer and absolutely adoring my hair. Like, it wasn't like, I got this relaxer and now my hair is messed up. You would get that relaxer and you would be gorgeous.
You were already gorgeous.
But that relaxer,
I
it
got
was
you.
like smooth like butter.
Like butter.
However, it was just the lack of education on how to properly moisturize and detangle my natural hair, and the way that they made relaxers seem so appealing.
They still make it seem appealing.
Still, if you still don't even know how to maintain your hair, you might think the relaxer is the only way your hair will ever be able to comb or be, you know, detangled.
Well, I mean, I concede that point, counterpoint. In watching your hair grow and seeing people style your hair, you were in a hair magazine. You know that when you were little?
What?
Yeah.
Who, me?
You. A young lady named Kim. Kim used to do your hair. Her salon is called Deeply Rooted. Still open. She did your hair up one day, and she had it real nice and pretty, and she took a picture, and you were in a hair magazine. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, she might get locks if you keep doing this. But you had to do a presentation or a performance, the Nutcracker, so they had you straighten your hair. I understand that. I didn't like it, but I understand that. And then after that, it's like your hair, it was breaking off. And for me, what that said was, okay, in the natural state, it was fine. But once it got tainted, it wasn't ready for it, and it shocked it. So either what got put in your hair was too strong for it, or like you said, it was just, you know, let's do something that's manageable. I'll contend, you know, that part of it, though, is also messaging. They constantly judge us on our hair, on our appearance. Like you said, a man should never talk to a woman about her cookies.
Yes.
Well, why do other communities get to comment on our hair? Why do you think that is?
Because they use it to disguise their hating.
They're hating.
They're definitely hating.
Okay.
You know, when you can't join them, you try to control them, I guess.
Okay.
And so, you know, they want to be like us, but they can't. So they're trying to control us.
Okay. All right. Okay. I feel you. So let's get back to something a little more light. I appreciate that conversation. I like the fact that we can talk about the things we talk about.
Right.
Let's talk about dating. What's going on in your dating life?
Well, I'm super single.
What does super single mean?
I'm super single, like, there's nobody to text me good night or good morning. Or if I was to, like, go somewhere, nobody would be texting me, where am I at? And I
text you where you at.
Yeah, but we're not dating.
I get it. It's a difference. I understand. But, you know.
And I enjoy being super single because it allows me to really decide what I like and do what I want. Like, I'm not having to run any decisions by anybody else or get their approval. I'm able to do whatever I want when I want. And I do think when you first move into your first apartment and you're getting your own freedom, you need to do this by yourself. So that way, like, you'll have experience being alone. So you'll never like have to relapse and be without somebody and just yeah, like if you're with somebody and then you leave them, like how you how you get like very used to somebody, you'll still have a little bit of experience being on your own, so you'll be okay.
So let me ask you this question: do you think that men should chase women?
Absolutely.
You think men should chase women?
Yes. However, a lot of men don't know how to chase women.
Okay, let's talk about this. When you say that men should chase women, what does it look like if done properly?
Done properly, I should feel excited that you're texting me, and I should feel a little bit swooned and a little bit nervous and a little like giddy, like oh, like that.
A little giddy.
But yeah, most of the time I'm like, oh my God, why is he texting me? I'm so annoyed. No, we can't meet up. Like,
okay.
Like guys are annoying.
Guys are annoying.
And too aggressive. Annoying and too aggressive. Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a gentleman named Stéphane Laboussier, or Stéphane Speaks. He is a noted life coach, professional coach, and he advises men and women on relationships. And he was recently on a local show, Sister Circle Live, and he gave us commentary on men and how men should not chase women. So I'd like for us to watch a little bit of this clip, then we'll come back and we'll talk about what he says, because he makes some very, very good points. And let's just discuss it. Should men chase women? Here we go. Roll clip.
But you also said that men should not chase women. I mean, men should not chase women. So what do you mean by that?
All right, so yes, I had a recent video where I have 3 reasons why men should not chase women. And the reality is that, one, we've taken this he who finds a wife scripture and distorted it completely. Finding is not the same thing as chasing, okay? Find can be to come upon something. However, chasing is like going after something that's running away from you, that is making you go through extra hoops. And the reality is that in relationship dynamics, we have a lot of women who are sitting back saying, okay, he has to prove to me that he's worth it, right? But the reality is that you're in that position because you've been hurt before and you have not healed from that. So now you have your walls up. That is setting the dynamic up to now be dysfunctional and unhealthy. And there's so many things that can go wrong there. I can go through a whole list of reasons why this dynamic of the man chasing the woman is gonna cause problems. The man's gonna lose focus in his life. All right, the man can easily now start to overlook red flags because he's busy chasing. And that's not what God wants any of us to do. Men or women, we're not supposed to chase after the other. We're supposed to have a mutual effort in building a healthy relationship.
That's good,
and
right
so
there.
I think we have to be very careful with this chasing that we tell men to do, because it really is not working to their benefit. And the reality is that if you were to survey men.
Man, listen, he got deep on him. What did you think about what he said about men chasing women?
Well, I believe that you're not supposed to be actively seeking a partner. However, you're supposed to be alert. Just alert.
What do you mean alert?
We're not actively hunting for a woman.
Okay.
But we're keeping our eyes open.
Okay.
And I think that when we're saying chase, I'm not saying chase, I'm saying pursue. Because
what's the difference?
The word chase is like you're hunting them down, right? I'm chasing, a cheetah is chasing its prey. However, when you're pursuing someone, you're making your interest known, and you're doing so to get their interest reciprocated. And so I do think that men should pursue women, but he should not chase.
Okay.
Or hunt. Because some men act like it's like a hunt, and you're like, they're so predatory. They're predatory behavior. And you have to stop.
Okay. Excellent point. Counterpoint. In talking to women about the men who date them, they will say things like, I want him to be aggressive, or I want to know that he is interested, or if he doesn't text me every day, he's not really interested. Or they will say something like, hey, let's hang out. And the man say, how are you busy on Thursday? Yeah, I'm busy on Thursday. What about Friday? I'm busy Friday too. What about Saturday? I'm busy Saturday too. If you name 3 days and you ask her if she's available, and she says yes all those days without offering a counter, she just wants to be chased. She just wants to know that, okay, this guy was interested enough to reach out to me. I got him now. Now I'm good. Because if a woman is trying to make herself available, she'll say something like, no, I'm busy these days. However, let's look at this time frame.
Right.
So a man can pursue and a woman still dangle the cookie out there to keep him in pursuit mode because she likes to feel pursued. Not necessarily obtained, she just likes a pursuit.
Right.
So it's a little give and take. And I think that's why some men out there get from some women that the more aggressive you are, the better you are at obtaining or capturing the woman's attention. What do you think?
I agree. I understand. Some women do like to just be boosted, like their head
Little ego.
Little ego boost.
Okay.
However, you got to be able to decipher those women from a woman who would actually be a rewarding reward, like a pursuit. You know, you have a pursuit and she will be a reward.
Good deal. Good deal.
Because I do think women are a reward.
What?
And so...
Wait a minute. Why are women the reward? I'm interested.
Because Eve was made for Adam and not Adam made for Eve.
Okay, but on the biblical sense, why does that make her the reward, though? What did Adam do to be rewarded with Eve?
Nothing. No. So what I mean by reward is, you know, a man most times is very proud of his woman, and he likes to maybe show her off. He wants a woman that he could be proud to be with, and she's a reward to him. If he's a hardworking man, a man wants to be rewarded with a hardworking, lovely woman.
Okay.
And so I believe that when a man is wholesome and hardworking, he should be rewarded with a woman who will take care of him.
Okay. We're going to come back to that one, the take care of you part, because that's a whole discussion.
Yes.
But I want to go back to the clip with Stefan Speaks and the ladies on our sister circle. It gets a little deeper as they go through the conversation. So we're going to pick back up on that in just a second. But when you say that take care of him, what does it mean to take care of a man? Hold that question. I want you to think about your answer. Hold that answer. And we're going to go back to this video. We'll play that, and then we'll come back to get your answer on what you think it means to take care of a man. Go ahead and roll clip.
Who have chased the majority have found themselves played. Those who stood strong and still, of course, express your interest, express your desire, show an effort to get to know this woman, absolutely. But once we get into chasing, it does not work in the man's favor in most cases.
What about the man that chases you down to the floor, then gets chase you all the way down to the floor, then gets you, and then once you give in and concede, then he treats you like you weren't worth the chase.
Exactly.
So who's that guy?
Well, that guy is still this chasing guy. So here's the thing. The man who's chasing in most situations, his mindset is, okay, I'm going to do all this work to get you. Now that I've gotten you, it's your turn to give to me. I don't have to keep pouring to you because I did all. Exactly. It's a one-sided affair. So you start off one-sided, you're going to continue one-sided. But the problem is he's going to switch it to your side now. And now it's on you to give to him. That's what you find in a lot of situations. The man will chase till he gets you, and then it's like, okay, what you gonna do for me now?
Well, let's go back to this chasing. He came through with a little broom and a short little dustpan and tried to
about how a woman can take care of a man. A good man. What does that look like for you? What does it mean to take care of a good man?
Okay. To take care of a man is to be able to make up for what he lacks. So if he's not really good at remembering doctor's appointments, you should be able to help him remember his doctor appointments.
Okay.
And you should be able to add to him and boost him up and not deplete him or, take away from him.
Okay.
So whatever he's lacking, as long as you're making up for it, that's taking care of him. And as long as you're not subtracting from him and making his life harder, it's vice versa, though. He should not be making your life hard and he should not be. It's all mutual.
Mm-hmm.
But to take care of someone, period, is to just make it a little bit easier for them to be alive.
So what is the man supposed to do for you?
Well, everything that I have difficulty doing. So maybe changing my tire or taking out the trash. Just something I have difficulty doing. Some women, for example, some men like to cook and some women don't like to cook. So in this instance, he will be taking care of her by cooking for her.
Okay.
Or if I am good at math and he has some homework that is difficult, me helping him with his homework.
You helping him with his homework?
Or even doing it.
No. You don't do his homework.
You want to help him so that way
Yes.
when he takes the test, he knows the answers.
Sure.
But just that's what I'm saying. You know, what someone taking care of me is a little different for somebody taking care of somebody else. But as long as it works for the two of you, then you're good.
Fair enough. Remember that time that your car had a flat tire and you were at your mother's house?
Yes.
And I was at work.
Yes.
And I left work and I came to change your tire.
Yes.
And your little friend
Yes.
came over.
Yes.
What did your little friend do when he came over?
Well, you were already here.
Well, what did he do?
What did he do? He was dressed all nice.
I came from work in I had a bow tie on and cufflinks.
He didn't change the tire.
Okay, but what did he do when he came over?
What did he do?
You don't remember?
I don't know.
I told you to dump his ass.
What did he do?
This little dude came over and spoke and did not offer to help me change the tire.
Oh.
You remember that conversation afterwards?
Yeah. He sure did.
What did he do? He walked over to you and started talking to you.
He was scared
What was he scared of? It was a damn tire.
of you.
Did he come to change the tire or nah?
Yeah, but he didn't.
Okay, so look, if he came to help you change the tire, whether he saw me there or not, he should have got his ass over there and helped me change the tire. I just sat there and watched. I said, okay, I'm gonna go slow. You know, normally it don't take a lot to change a tire.
Right.
But I took my time to see if he was gonna walk his ass over there. And he stood over there talking to you. I'm like, okay, yeah, he ain't gonna be around long.
Where is he at? Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I was gonna get rid of him if you didn't.
Yeah, he was short anyways.
What's wrong with a short man? Now, what if he would have came over and helped me change the tire? Short or not? That would have been a good quality.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to stick around.
You What's wrong with a man being short? He was taller than you, wasn't he?
I have a preference, and we were the same height. I'm 5'4".
He was 5'4" for real?
Yes.
I thought he was taller than you.
No.
Hilarious. Well, I was going to tell you to get rid of his ass anyway, because he didn't come help me change that damn tire. He could have did something. He could have moved the tire, gave me the good tire, whatever the case was. He didn't do nothing. I'm glad you got rid of his ass. Okay, so how about this? There's something that I like to do on the show called We Can't Have Nothing. We Can't Have Nothing. Back in the day, there was this movie called Dirty Dancing that came out. Have you ever seen Dirty Dancing?
Yes.
How you seen it? That's in my generation.
Movies don't expire.
You're killing me. Anyway, Dirty Dancing came out, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Patrick Swayze and the young lady, they started doing their dance thing, and all of a sudden now, everybody thinks that Dirty Dancing is something that started in their community. We've been bumping and grinding for the, can't say that no more. We can't say that. We've been don't stop and getting it for the longest.
I can't say bumping and grinding.
Yeah, we can't say that no more.
Because of art.
Hey, we can't say that no more. But the bottom line is we've been getting it on the dance floor for years. So this is the art of dirty dancing, proving that we can't have nothing. We're going to play this clip. We'll come back and we'll talk about it in just a second. Go ahead and roll clip.
Establish full body contact or hip contact. The man circles his pelvis counterclockwise around his left leg, comes to center, then circles it clockwise around his right leg. With the hips in complete contact, circle the hips counterclockwise.
Ask yourself,
keep your weight
what
centered
do you
between
want to
your feet.
protect?
Notice the upward accent on the forward part of the circle. The man starts this movement by bending his knees to drop down just a little bit.
And trust
pulling
all
the
your
woman's hips in
answers
very tight against him.
to ADT.
The
See
afro
that?
tilt.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Did you see that?
I saw.
Did you see that?
They were turned.
That turned.
They were turned. Did you see
Boy,
that?
look at here. I just don't know why we just can't have nothing for ourselves. That's outrageous. Outrageous. At the same time, though, it's funny as hell. I mean, and the movements look so forced. It's like, like their backs were hurting or something. Like they, Tiffany Dillard. Tiffany says, I am mad that there's a video. I'm mad too, Tiffany.
The Afro twist.
The Afro twist. No, it ain't got no damn afros. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why we just can't have things for ourselves.
So why do you think the whites copy? Why do you think they copy black culture so much?
It's not just them, it's everybody.
True.
Now I will say this for the Latin and Hispanic cultures. They got their own stuff.
True.
However, the origins of it, Afro-Cuban and all that, it still comes from the same culture. At the same time, though, popular culture, it all emanates from hip-hop music, rap music in some way, shape, or form. And everybody wants to do what we do. They don't want to be us, though. Most forms of music, popular music, most of them were created by our community. In the United States, almost all of them were created by our community. What happens, though, is they will copy. And they'll copy, and they have the money behind it, and eventually they will take it. They took rock and roll. They're trying to take rap. Now, I'm going to say this, and I mean it with nothing but respect to all the communities out there. They're having a more difficult time taking rap music away than they did R&B, because now there are a whole lot of people who got a whole lot of money that can hold their own, whereas before everything was centralized. Right. All the people, all the executives all look the same now. Most of the executives still look the same now. There are just a lot of other looking or minority executives now at these record labels, developing talent left and right. So that's what I think it is. It's just people just liking what they see,
right?
Want to copy the culture, want to own the culture, but they don't want to actually be in the culture.
Exactly.
They want it to be theirs. Why do you think they keep copying so much?
Well, I imagine being another race would seem kind of boring.
Boring?
Looking at the African American race.
Okay.
I would be totally fascinated by just, for example, if I was of another shade, I would be a little bit jealous of the way, Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic. Okay.
And I just think it comes with a lot of jealousy. A lot of races want to have fun like black people, and they want to be able to think like black people and create and dance and our talents and our abilities. So I think that's why.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Let's do this. We're getting close to time here. Let's spend the last 10 minutes or so talking about how whack-ass your generation is. Okay, we talked about female rappers before. Let's talk about some male rappers in your generation who bring that heat. Who you got that brings that heat? Name an artist and a song in your generation that bring that fire.
Okay, so
he whack as hell.
We have J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yes.
Okay, what's the song by J. Cole?
Well, he has a plethora of songs.
A plethora, a variable cornucopia, huh? So give me one.
Just one J. Cole song that is
You're killing me.
Very good. Is his whole 2014 Forest Hill Drive album.
Forest Hill Drive.
Yes.
That's where he was born?
It's the address of a name of a house where he resided in as a child.
Oh, he went back and bought that house, didn't he?
I believe so.
Okay, how I know more about him than you?
Because he's not whack. Okay. And because you're invested in this generation.
I'm only invested in you and your brother. Everybody else can go to hell. Okay, but J. Cole.
Yes.
Okay. All right, J. Cole. That's all? Y'all ain't got nobody else?
I mean, we got Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I'll give you Kendrick Lamar.
We got Kodak Black.
Kodak Black?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I got it. Didn't Kodak Black just go to jail?
I mean, always.
But didn't he recently go to jail for something?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you're killing me. Kodak Black, that's just not the look. That's not the look. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, okay, I'll give you them. So from my generation, I mean just a straight lyricist is Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane.
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 Kane. Long live the Kane.
Okay, what song does he have?
What?
What song does he have?
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Big Daddy Kane. Yes. Okay, they had a show called VH1 Hip Hop Honors that honored Big Daddy Kane. They had like Common, they had T.I., they had Black Thought. They're all singing his music. I don't know why you're laughing, but Big Daddy Kane, I mean, it's just a bomb. There's a song, I'll give you one, called, this is more R&B, Smooth Operator, right there. There's no half-stepping. Let's do it.
Drop some smooth lyrics. Cause it's 88. Time to set it straight, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And there ain't no half stepping. Word. I'm ready. Rappers stepping to me. They wanna get some. But I'm the Kane, so yo, you know the outcome. You know the victory. They can't get with me. So pick a BC date cause you're history. I'm the authentic poet to get lyrical.
All right, that's enough of that. You hear that smooth flow?
Definitely.
Smooth flow.
Definitely.
Okay, so who's smooth like that in your generation?
Who is smooth like that in my generation?
Yeah. Anybody?
Little Uzi Vert.
Who? Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Vert as in V?
Vert, yes.
As in very whack. Kush, pull Little Uzi Vert. Pull anything by this whack ass rapper. I just want to hear Lil Uzi Vert one something, cause his name sound whack as hell. Lil Uzi Vert. Let's talk about Lil Uzi Vert. What makes him so good?
Lil Uzi Vert is super hard. He is very diverse.
Is this him?
Yes.
Should've saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, "Baby, I am not afraid to die." Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends
Damn, this song is whack as hell. Go ahead and kill this, man. This song is whack as hell.
First of all, did you listen to what he said?
He said all her friends are dead.
Okay, so why would all his friends be dead?
Because they got shot.
No, because they're presidents who've died because all his friends are money.
Wow. The depths of deepness in that lyric. Wow. All his friends are dead.
Have you ever seen Dead Presidents?
I have seen that movie. Yes.
Okay.
That's my generation's movie.
But exactly.
Wow. I feel so enlightened. Yes. Wow. How about this? Do me a favor. Give me a little bit of Tribe Called Quest. We're on a war tour.
Tribe Called Quest.
You never heard of Tribe Called Quest?
I'm vaguely familiar.
Vaguely familiar?
Isn't Lauryn Hill in that?
You know what? Get your ass out of here. Oh, damn, Lauryn Hill, no Tribe Called Quest. You killing me. Listen, the Tribe Called... Come on now. These dudes basically just set it out. And the thing is, when they came together, they did whatever they did. It just moved the narrative forward. All my friends are dead. 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 That ain't moving the narrative forward. Listen to this. See, you can just cruise this right here.
Check it out, you got me mesmerized with your black hair and your fat thighs. Street poetry is my
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can actually understand.
For sure.
That's enough of that. So what I'm saying to you is, the creativity back in the day is just a bomb. Give me somebody else you got. We got one more, then we'll be done.
Well, I have a friend on here named Micah.
Micah?
Yes. He would like to comment.
What does Micah say?
So I'm going to tell him to comment Just say what you're gonna say, and then I'll read his comment out loud.
He's taking too long. Hurry up, Michael. We run out of time.
He's saying that our debate here is unfair, and it's very subjective.
Okay. Unfair and subjective.
It's biased.
How is it biased? You got yours, I got mine.
Because of the kind of genre of hip hop that we're playing. So you're playing a kind of soulful genre of hip hop, or a soulful.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and I'm playing a little bit more of a Lil Uzi Vert is more kind of mumble rap, maybe more.
Mumble rap.
Not maybe.
The
not
fact
mumble.
that there's a
Maybe,
category called mumble rap.
There could be every type of category.
Okay.
You can't discriminate categories.
So we want to go category to category.
We should better. That would be a better way to compare the two.
Okay. So let me think.
Sorry, not mumble rap. Sorry.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Yes.
Versus Slick Rick, children's story. How about that?
Maybe not that.
Because Slick Rick could kill him. What about Lil Uzi Vert versus Biz Markie? You got what I need. You say he's just a friend.
I think that Lil Uzi would destroy.
Kush, give me this one last one, man.
We don't even listen to Slick Rick.
You got what I need, but you say just a friend, Biz Markie, because she's saying Lil Uzi Vert will kill Biz Markie.
We don't listen to Biz Markie.
Because you ain't, you know what? Y'all kids don't know nothing about nothing these days. If you think Lil Uzi Vert can hold a candle to Biz Markie, huh? Just friend, yeah. I'm telling you. Now, the thing I like about your generation of rappers, you know, they rap about any damn thing.
True. This is true.
Driving down the street, just driving. All my friends are dead. Just dead. You know, hey. Let's see this right here.
And guess who I met? I whispered in the air, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're 100 proof. I asked her name, she said blah, blah, blah. She had 9, 10 pants
all
and
original.
a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said,
that's enough of that. That's enough right there. That's enough of that there. Man, it ain't even got to the chorus and it's already the bomb.
This is true.
Okay. Well, listen, we done ran out of time. It's always a pleasure having you come on the show. I know you were a little tired. You had to work last night. I appreciate you, filling in for me. I really do.
Yes, I enjoy being on here. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. If you want people to follow you on social media, how could they reach you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at Nala Walla, NALAAWALAA.
On IG?
On Instagram, yes.
Okay.
Instagram only.
They can't have your Twitter?
No, sir.
I follow you on Twitter. I know why. Okay. This has been a lot of fun. I like to have, a moment to spend time with Nala and just sit here and talk about what's going on in the world and talk about generation stuff like that. I want y'all to understand something. It's important that men are involved in all your children's lives, whether it's a young man or a young woman. They need to see examples of what men do. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not perfect. I wasn't a perfect father. The one thing I can say, though, is that my kids never had to look for me. More so than anything else, when they were seeing me, they weren't seeing me around bad stuff. It was many more positive days than there were bad days. Now, hey, everybody has bad days, but damn it, at least we got those days that make it worth it. A lot of those days in between. That's important. So make sure that you have not been in your child's life, that you make up for it with positive, consistent effort and output. Listen, we do this every Thursday from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. right here on Status Network on the Manifest TV brand. The phone number is 470-251-4647. Follow us on social media, Instagram, manifesttv.status, Facebook, Status Network LLC, Periscope, status_network_, Twitter, status_network_. We're on the Amazon Fire Stick and Roku, Status Network, Manifest TV. On YouTube, Manifest TV, and the email address is manifesttv@statusnetwork.net. I am Talk with Jeffery. Jeffery on all social media. You can find me right there, everywhere except for Snapchat. I ain't snapping. I ain't chatting. I don't get it. It's too young for me. This has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you again, Nala, for coming out.
No problem.
All that said, we'll do it again next Thursday. but I am out. The producer is your boy Kush. Good job up there, Kush. Talk to you soon.